If you think you're too old for snowmen, snow angels or snowball fights, how about making ice lanterns instead? Here in the southeast of England, we don't get snow very often, so with the icy burst we've had, I thought I'd try my hand at making an ice lantern just to make the snowy season last a little bit longer. For my ice lanterns, I'm using some plastic containers, so small food boxes, and inside each one I've got a smaller plastic container, and these are the ones we used to use when we were weaning my daughter, and we save them now for leftovers and snacks. And to keep them weighted down, I'm adding in one of the old-fashioned flower frogs. So I add water to my container, and then I'll add some decorative details. I've got some olive branches and some seed heads I've picked from the garden. Winter berries would look lovely inside your ice lantern. You could think about using pyracantha or ivy berries or rose hips, or perhaps you might want to save them for the birds. As you arrange your materials, you'll find they float in your water, so I decided to work with that and have my leaves sticking out above the sides of my container. And the next thing you need to do is to put your containers into the snow and wait for them to freeze. Full disclosure, I cheated at this point and I couldn't wait for my ice lanterns to freeze, so I actually put them into my freezer for a couple of hours and then brought them back out to the garden. And the next thing you need to do is to take out your metal weights, and then I'm going to pour in some hot water from the kettle just to melt the ice slightly so I can take out the coloured inserts and then finally ease off the edge of the pots. I found the trickiest bit was actually taking the lantern out of the larger plastic pot. So what I did was to reuse the water that I'd put into the coloured inserts and just dribbled that around the outside edge of the container, making sure I didn't burn myself on the hot water. You'll notice that my lanterns don't have an icy bottom to them, and that's because my flower frog weighted down so well the coloured insert that they've ended up as cylinders of ice. I then moved my ice lanterns to a low wall outside my kitchen window so I could enjoy them. I placed a night light inside each one of them and then lit them using my USB rechargeable firelighter. Unfortunately, the charge had worn down, so I had to go old school and light my tea lights candle to candle. So if you do this, just be really careful. And if you're interested in my USB chargeable firelighter, I'll leave details of it in the show notes underneath the video. And these are my finished ice lanterns, twinkling away as the sun starts to set. I love getting lost in the candlelight. It reminds me of a poem my mum used to recite to us as we were children. I like to sit by the fire and stare at the curious things I see in there. It's better than pictures in a picture book. Just sit by the fire and look and look. And of course, as the sun fades, the candlelight gets brighter. That's all from me for now, and I'll see you in the next video.